Hi, everyone. Checking everybody in. Everybody's here. So let me take a minute to do this here so that people can hear me. Here we go. And hi, everyone that's joining us here. So I just want to take this minute to say, before we get started, I just want to thank everyone for joining us. I do acknowledge everybody rolling in and signing on, and we're grateful that you're taking your time to spend with us here for the next half hour. If I don't acknowledge you, please don't feel bad. I do see you, but I don't want to interrupt our guests, because normally I'm interrupting everyone going, hi, I love you. So thank you. I love you guys. I'm really excited today as we're back again to talk about the X39, X49, Aeon, everything that's wonderful with LifeWave. And back with my senior presidential directors, Dr. Stanley and Jodie Bradley. And we have a special guest today, and I'm excited to hear her story. I've heard so much about her, and she's finally offered her time today to share her journey with the LifeWave X39, X49 patches. She'll explain. So, first off, hello, Dr. Stan and Jodie.
Howdy. Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing great. And hello, Alicia Ann.
Hi.
Yes.
Hello.
Nice to meet you finally.
Absolutely.
Yay. So this is a great team. And the thing about, starting to use the products, and you meet so many wonderful people, everybody's got a different story, but it also comes to we all have the same outcome, that it works. It's helped us through whatever issues we have going on, and you know mine with my knees and the fracture. Jodie had explained her carpal tunnel. Dr. Stan and Jodie are reversing age before our eyes. Every time they post a picture, you look younger and younger. That's no joke. And Alicia's journey she's going to share with you. Before we get started, though, I do want to say, I want to bring up a couple of things. I'm going to give this one to Stan and Jodie before we get Alicia with us. And a lot of people, are reaching out. The more we do this, the more information that we can offer, aside from all of our sites that you can go to, and we offer a lot of posts on there with testimonials and videos and photos and a lot of information about the products and how it can work for you and how we can help you with whatever you're dealing with, whatever pain or injury or pre-post surgery, whatever you have going on. And so I do notice that a few people are like, well, is it cost effective? I'm on a tight budget. How much is it? I don't know. It sounds expensive. It's stem cells. Jodie, just break this down for us. I mean,
I'm gonna bounce out of here, but Jodie loves to share this because whenever she does, she goes, the best thing about it is the price.
It is so true, especially if you know anything about stem cells and stem cell injections. Alicia and I have a friend named Dr. Stacy. Ooh, you'll have to have Dr. Stacy on sometime. And Dr. Stacy, when she found these patches, had an invalid daughter that she had taken to Mexico 3 times to get stem cell treatments for at $25,000 a pop.
Yeah.
And these patches, which retail for $150, you can get them for $99 a month, did more for her daughter in 2 weeks than those 3 $25,000 stem cell injections. So she had spent $100,000 on stem cell injections for her daughter, and these patches did more for Taylor in 2 weeks and did amazing things over, 6 or 9 months. So yes, the price is the best part. I love it. I love it.
That's crazy. It really is. I mean, it is so affordable. And again, we're talking stem cells. And a lot of times the shots don't work. You're spending thousands and thousands of dollars for these shots that you're injecting into you. What I love most about this product is that you're utilizing your own stem cells. Nothing's going into you. This is your own light that you're using. And I also have a gentleman that you better be watching because I'm going to be calling. He had just suffered a concussion a couple of months ago, and I shared with him some of the NFL pros that have used it to help them get through their concussions, feel a bit faster. Super Bowl's coming up, so we've got a lot of NFL players using this for that fact. Have you come across somebody, Jodie, with concussion that have been utilizing the patches?
Absolutely. I mean, I can't remember names because, I just hear so many testimonies. But yes, definitely a couple people that have had concussions and just almost given up on, ever feeling good again. And the patches, of course, helping them produce their own stem cells again just really was a game changer for them.
Yeah. I mean, again, everyone's got different situations going on, but the bottom line is these are stem cells. You're reproducing, activating new, strong, healthy stem cells. And what they do is they heal us, they get us through. It's just like myriad of things that your stem cells do for you. Yes. And as we age, it's harder to reproduce and activate new stem cells. It's called aging. We've all succumbed to it, but we don't need to. Because again, with the products, you're able to activate your own stem cells, whether you're 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. I love the testimony that we had, that you shared with me, Jodie, with the older, in her 70s, with the shoulder issues all of her life. 15 years, she was suffering with painful shoulders. She couldn't raise her arms from a water skiing accident. And at 70, she was able to reproduce new stem cells. So, and it's mind-blowing.
It is.
With that said, Jodie, tell us about our special guest.
Well, I'm honored to have Alicia on. She is a really, really good friend of ours. We've been friends since 2011 and just been on a lot of journeys, up and down. In 2014, I'll let her tell that, but she was diagnosed with a cancer. She can tell you all about that. But rewind about 2 years ago, and I had heard about this technology from a couple people, but I never did look into it. It just sounded too good to be true. I didn't understand stem cells. I didn't understand pluripotent stem cells and what they could do. So I never really looked into it. But I was talking to Alicia on the phone one day, catching up. We hadn't talked in about 6 months, and we were catching up. And at the end of the conversation, she said, well, on a good note, my cancer is better. And I was like, what?
Wow.
And so that got my attention. And when she told me what had happened, which she's getting ready to tell you guys, I said, okay, I need to look into this. And as I've told before, I started using it for my carpal tunnel. Dr. Stan started using it for his high blood pressure that he wouldn't go on medication for. And within 3 weeks, we saw amazing improvements in both of those. So Alicia is from North Carolina. I grew up in North Carolina. We live in South Carolina. So y'all gonna get this wonderful Southern Instagram video here.
Love it.
But thank you for coming on, Alicia. And, just tell us a little bit about your story and what this technology has done for you.
Okay, so the first question I have is, we hadn't talked in 6 months.
Because that was December. It was December, and I hadn't talked to you since you had been patching, which started, the 1st of June?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so thank you so much for asking me to be a part.
We're honored you're here.
Thank you. And, the bubble's already bust that I did face a cancer diagnosis in 2014. But, when you're faced with something like that, one of the things that I believe people commonly say is, why? Why me? Why is this happening to me? Anytime any tragic issue happens in our life, one of the things that a lot of people do is say why. And I believe then, and I believe now, that we all face tests to have a testimony and the possibility of helping someone else. So if tonight me sharing this journey that I've been on the past 10 years will help just one person, or, maybe someone listening, and it's somebody that you love. It might not be you, it might be somebody that you love.
Yeah.
So, I thought all the world was great. It was 2014. Jodie and I were actually working with a different health and wellness company. I thought it was healthy. I thought everything was great. I had just returned from a trip to Thailand. I'd been there for almost a month on a human trafficking education and awareness, really working in outreach and pouring out to other people. My daughter was a collegiate athlete, or she was a rising collegiate athlete. I was moving into a new, beautiful home. Everything was great. And I went with my daughter to her physical for a rising college athlete. They have to have EKG and a full workup. And the doctor asked me while I was there with her, he had been our physician for about 10 years. He said, "How was Thailand?" And I said, "Well, Dr. B, seriously, it was great. This jet lag is kicking my butt." And he went, "What? Jet lag? When were you in Thailand?" And I said, "Well, it was the month of February, 10 years ago this month." And he said, "It's May, almost June. You should not still have jet lag."
Yeah.
And so he immediately, and this is what a good DO will do for you, while my daughter was being seen, he went and got my chart and immediately ordered CT, blood work, chest x-ray, urine, the whole get. And 3 days later, and about 3 weeks later, I changed. And my diagnosis was stage 4 non-Hodgkin follicular lymphoma. What is that? It's basically blood cancer throughout the course of my body. It was present in bone marrow, above and below the collarbone, and focused a lot in my spleen and throughout my lymphatic system. So pretty serious. Now, I'm going to go ahead and
Stage 4.
What is that?
Stage 4.
I'm going to go ahead and let everybody breathe, or if you're holding your breath, I will be 53 years old in 3 weeks. I am on no pharmaceutical drugs, and I'm in really great shape. Okay? So what that journey entailed, that's a victory. But what that journey has entailed over the course of the years is being diagnosed with something like that just rivets you. And people, a lot of times, when you hear that word, and the stats are 1 out of 4 people will be diagnosed or heavily affected with cancer at some point in the 1 in 4. So that means if you're not diagnosed, somebody you love is going to be done, and you've got a problem. So one of 2 reactions are: one is you put the blinders on and you just start nodding your head. You nod your head to every oncologist telling you to go do this. Okay, next week you're getting a port. Next week they're putting poison in you. Next week you're getting radiation. And you just kind of numb, shut down, and just listen. I'm a little bit spunky, and I'm a little bit of an independent spirit, and I wasn't willing to put those blinders on. I questioned everything. I questioned everyone. Actually, I consulted, I counted it up the other day, I consulted with 6 different doctors of all kinds of protocols and modalities, like nutritionists, different oncologists, integrative physicians, holistic doctors. Everybody that I could get my hands on, I did. And I talked to them and tried to make the decision. And so what it all boiled down to was, I told the doctor I was going to go away for the summer, and if I still had cancer when I got back, he could do the chemo. So over the course of the summer, everybody wanted me to do some protocol. And it was, people just, they want to help. They definitely want to offer their suggestions and their advice of something they think might work for them.
Yeah.
Everybody has a magic solution or a magic potion of tea.
Right.
CBD from Canada, or frankincense oil on my stomach, or go to Mexico and have coffee enemas 4 times a day.
Oh.
There was so many different things. And it was even this is the big one, eat mushrooms that turkeys had pooped on. No lie, someone told me that was a thing.
From
No,
where?
not doing it. I need to find that message. But anyway, so I will tell you one of the most comforting things that did come throughout this process that has definitely bonded me to life, to Stan and Jodie, is Stan gave me this advice. He said, with a cancer diagnosis, don't ever use the word fight. We see the breast cancer emblems and all of that. You're going to fight this. You're going to fight this. We're going to fight. No, because this was Stan's words. In a fight, there's a winner and there's a loser, and you don't ever intend on losing. And so you're just dismiss all of that and live in victory throughout this process. So
wow.
fast forward,
That's powerful.
Yeah. I went through the summer, came home, did the chemo, but was not strong enough to complete it. Was only able to go about 6 weeks. The oncologist brought me in. He said, "We can't continue this. What do you want to do?" And so I stopped. And these were his words at that point. For the rest of your life, whatever time you have, you're going to be in my office every 3 months. 3 months CT, 3 months blood work. 3 months CT, 3 months blood work. Forever. So over the course of the past few years, I've had between 1 and 5 CTs here, consistent blood work. And guys, this is expensive. Even with insurance, my portion of the chemotherapy is $54,000.
Yeah, it doesn't cover everything.
No.
Yeah.
And when I walk into that oncologist's office, 4 times a year, it's $375 copay because he's a specialist. That's and I have a really decent insurance policy, okay? So $375. But one of the people that approached me that first year that Jodie mentioned was a Dr. Stacy Hallwigger. And she shared with me what she was doing with Taylor, daughter at that time, with stem cell therapy. She recommended I go to Southern California and try the stem cell therapy. It sounded wonderful. But like Jodie said, it was $25,000 treatment. That wasn't a possibility because I needed 4 treatments. That was $1,000. So fast forward, 2021. One morning, it was a Wednesday. I don't know why I remember it was a Wednesday. But it was a Wednesday morning. I got a call from Laura Balzer, regenerative health specialist, and she said, "Alicia, I think Stacy and I found the Holy Grail of healing." And I was like, "What? The Holy Grail of healing? What are you talking about?" Her and Dr. Stacy that prior night had gone and met with Dave Smith in Sarasota, Florida, and seen just miracles with this little X39 kicker stem cell patch.
There it is. Yeah.
It's right. And just testimony after testimony after testimony.
Yeah.
She said, "We've looked at the science, we've looked at the testimonies, we've looked at the patents, we've looked at the clinical studies. It's all there. It's all there. And we think this might work for you." So I ordered the next step. I don't know why in my mind I didn't just hand her my credit card. But I ordered the very next day. It was the longest week waiting on the patches. And I got 2 patches. So we have multiple different patches, X39 being the therapy patch.
Yeah.
But as a cancer patient, inflammation is one of the things that we deal with a lot, is a lot of inflammation. We have a patch that's specifically for inflammation called AON. It's spelled AEON. So I got AON X39. And I started patching. Now, I only purchased these patches because of the diagnosis. But within 3 days, Sharon, I slept through the night for the first time in years. I didn't realize you could sleep that well.
That's what I first noticed too. Yeah.
I had I had crazy dreams, but that was just a sign of a deep REM, restful, repairing sleep.
Yeah.
And I woke up amazed. I had bought all the sleep teeth, the pillows, the potions, the machines, all of the things, and had not slept like that. And it was 3 days patching. About 3 weeks in, I had really been struggling with a lower back pain injury, and I woke up and no more lower back pain. And it never returned. And I had spent thousands of dollars at chiropractic for this lower back injury.
Exactly.
Exactly. And in less than a month, these little stickers, the back pain was gone. The back pain was gone. Now, I told you this a minute ago.
I love it. It's just so amazing. It's,
Yeah.
And plus, if you consider your little body is going through so much with the cancer and it's trying its best, regardless, to repair itself, and you're already noticing all of these differences.
And that's why I bought them. It's like the best
Right?
I've ever. So it was fantastic. So then within about 2 months, I was in the cycle because, you know, I go to see my oncologist every 3 months, blood work CT, blood work CT. So I went in, I have all of my records, I have all of my documents for all of these years, had my CT, had my blood work, and Sharon, it was the best CT and blood work that I'd ever had since my diagnosis. All of my levels were down, all of my scans were improved, all of my blood work was improved. And my doctor was astounded. He said, "What are you doing?" You know, and I'm just putting these little stickers on. This is little stickers.
I'm
And he
crazy.
said,
Right?
Yeah. His words were, "Well, then I don't know what you're doing. I don't want to know what you're doing, but just keep doing it." And at that point, he gave me a 1-year clear.
Wow.
He said, you're so good. Come back in a year. We're in good shape. I was like, wow. So a year went by. I kept patching. I added to my protocol the patch called glutathione. I mean, glutathione is so fantastic. If people aren't using glutathione, they need to Google glutathione. And after they read what glutathione does for the body, they'll be calling you wanting glutathione. Everybody needs to use glutathione.
Yeah.
But anyway, added glutathione.
Yeah, I agree.
And a year later, went in again. All my scans improved. All my blood work improved. Everything was improving. I'm aging. The disease that I have is not progressing, but regressing. And he's just like, I don't know. I'll see you next year. Okay. So this year in July, so this past July, I went in again. More improvement. Better scans, better blood work. Everything was looking fantastic. He just throws up his hands and says, I don't know. You're just like a little miracle. No, it's this miracle sticker that I'm wearing. But I was so excited, and he gave me a 2-year clear. 2 years that I ended up go back and see him for CT or blood work. And when I got home from that appointment to pay my bill online, and you log in, they had downgraded me from stage 4 to stage 3.
Oh my God.
That doesn't happen. That just doesn't happen. So I just keep patching. I just keep sharing. You know, I don't know. There's so different kinds of cancers, and it's not just specifically, you know, my cancer that these help with, because what happens is my body is healing from the inside with this photobiomodulation, you know? So it's just a little miracle, and I love hearing about it. I don't know if anybody has any questions I'd like to share, but
please reach out and ask. And you know, and again, this is what I try to tell everyone. That's why I'm coming back each week to share, either here or on Facebook. I'm going to start YouTube, and like Alicia and Jodie and Dr. Stanley, we just want to keep sharing the information because it works, and we just want to let everyone know how incredible these products are. And I know, like Alicia said, you know, it's like the doctor, what are you doing? And she's showing them this, you know, the patch, the sticker. And I mean, it's just mind blowing because it's just, come on, you know, that's all you're using. But it does, utilizing your own light to activate your own stem cells, which heals, repairs, recoups, maintains, it detoxes. There's products for inflammation, for pain, for migraines. I mean, and then Alicia, how long were you on the patches when you first got like your first year clearance? How long were you on them for?
40.
How long? I'm sorry.
43 days.
43 days. 43 days. And then you went to your doctor and he gave you a year clearance. Come back next year. I don't know what you're doing, but keep doing whatever it is.
And think about the financial aspect.
You know?
I mean, just if nothing else, you know, I am healing and I am repairing, restore myself, but just the finances of it, you know, compared to the patch and the cost of the patches, it's helping all these other but I didn't have to go see an oncologist for a year. It was costing me almost $400 per for
Yeah.
it just makes financial sense.
It is. When you say that, people go out here every day, Sharon, and they'll buy a cup of coffee, buy some kind of Coke, go buy a Happy Meal or eat lunch somewhere, and they say, I can't afford, this technology, and that's all you're spending, the price of a Happy Meal, except this will turn back the clock of time and help people to overcome so much. Why wouldn't you want to spend the money you would spend getting coffee and Happy Meals and fast food meals? People are spending that kind of money every day. That's all it takes for you to be able to have this technology. And in 43 days, look at Alicia, the doctor's telling her, you're in, what do you call it? Remission. I want to say recession. She went into remission. They told her. And so for what most people would say, I can't afford, what could you not afford? I would go out and get a second job if that's all I had to do to get this technology.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is well worth the cost. There's nothing that is more affordable than this technology that can do what this technology will do for you. So I just want to encourage people, just get it, put it on your body, and it will work. We have clinical studies, 80 clinical studies. Every product that you put on your body from our company goes through rigorous clinical studies. We're talking about our founder, David Smith. He's not going to put a product on the market unless he knows, number one, the product is going to help you, not harm you. Nothing's going to go into the body to hurt you. And it's going to have clinical studies, double-blind placebos. It meets every standard that you could reach out there so you can know that it's safe, it's affordable, but even more important, it's effective.
Yes, it is. And thank you for sharing your story, Alicia. It's just, it was time. And I had seen your testimonials before, but it's the first time I had you on live. It's just mind blowing. I wish I had the products when my parents were alive. Yeah. And so you think that's like, oh. And again, like I had a fractured leg. Here in Canada, it's different because you have to wait forever to get an X-ray or an MRI or anything. When you do have, a diagnosis, and I'm still waiting to see a specialist to see if I have to get a pin in my leg, which already has been healing. I fractured my leg. Yeah, that leg that most of you saw me on here for the past few months with the leg brace and everything else. I went out dancing for my birthday, and I'm back power training and walk. By using the patches, I'm not comparing it to cancer, not comparing it to carpal tunnel or concussions. We all have different issues. But again, by wearing the patch, my leg healed on its own, and I'm, still on the waiting list for a specialist. Why don't I have to go now? And it's like, it's just that powerful. It works. And Dr. Stan, you're saying, most people go to McDonald's, I know some people that go out every day and eat, or I've got girlfriends that go for Botox once a month or fillers, and they spend thousands of dollars to look on the outside. But you got to fix the inside. And plus, I keep saying to everyone, these patches reverse aging because you're reproducing new stem cells. Your hair is better, your skin's better, everything else. Whether you're trying to get over, a serious situation like Alicia or, Jodie, her carpal tunnel, my fracture, my osteoarthritis. I've got people that are using it right now that are already noticing differences. The first thing Alicia said was the sleep, right? And I think that's the first thing everybody notices is the sleep is better. But I've got people that have been in serious car accidents and now they're starting to move around better than they had in years. So there's, it helps with old scar tissue, past injuries, fresh injuries. But Alicia's story, my God.
Yeah,
40.
We're just so blessed we've been a part of her journey the whole time. And it's just a blessing because when she started this journey, they pretty much gave her a death sentence and said they would never use the R word, remission. So, here we are. She goes home and she is in remission and is going backwards with her healing, not worse. So it's just the most amazing thing to us. And, it will just turn back the clock of time, whatever it is you're going through. Every sickness and disease ultimately is an aging disease because things begin to wear out. It doesn't matter what age you are. You could be 25 or 35 or 85. If something's wearing out, it's going to break down and start giving you problems. And there's a lot of variables for that. But one of the things I love about our clinical studies, stay on this technology consistently for 8 months. And we have a clinical study that demonstrates that you can reverse your biological age by 6 years. 8 months of patching can reverse your biological age 6 years. So who wouldn't want to go back 6 years biologically every year and a half? So
Yeah, right.
16 months you could be, that much ahead of the game. So I just want to encourage everyone, it doesn't, like Sharon says, it doesn't matter how little or how big your problem is. Everybody has an aging issue, whether it's aches or pains, not sleeping well, low energy, maybe it's blood pressure, whatever it is, just know that stem cell activation is the key that unlocks regeneration, rejuvenation, repair, healing, and restoration.
Absolutely. And I just want, everybody to reach out. Go to Alicia Ann. She's here on Instagram. Dr. Stan Gravely. Jodie Gravely is here on Instagram as Jodie Groovely because she had a hacker problem,
Yeah.
Or reach out to myself, DM us, just reach out, or go to sharonbruneau.net/LifeWave. You'll find all of our contact information there. Please reach out with questions. We get a lot of them, and we've been helping people here, and it's a wonderful thing. And it's it's amazing, awesome, and thank you God, to see stories like Alicia's. It's just, thank you for sharing, because I'm telling you, she's telling you, we're trying to share that this stuff works. And if you knew something that worked like this, you'd be on here every week too, trying to share your stories as well. So reach out. It is affordable. It is non-invasive. It is the greatest stem cell technology that has come around ever. And again, you're using your own life, your own body makeup, creating your own stem cells and GHK copper peptides that are, the holy grail to anti-aging. They'll reverse everything.
It is.
Right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now, I noticed somebody, I am reading everyone, so I just didn't want to interrupt my guests here, but I did notice someone saying that they had asthma, and since using the patches, they're off their inhaler.
Well,
Nice.
yes, we could see that. Again, we just have to be careful. We can't prescribe, diagnose, or treat. We can't guarantee that this is going to cure anything. But when you give your body the stem cell activation, you're giving the body what it needs to repair itself on the cellular level. So it doesn't matter. I tell people it doesn't matter what sickness or disease you have. The key is to get your stem cells activated and repairing the body. It doesn't matter what it is. That is the key. This is the key to longevity, healing, and restoring the body, whatever it is.
Well, it was the Gravleys that turned me onto the product, and Alicia, I know it's like we got to thank these people that brought it to our attention, right? And it is a holy grail. It's a diamond in the rough, and we just want everyone to learn about this. And LifeWave's been around for a while. A lot of times, like you, Alicia, you were willing to read up everything and look into everything and try to discover, going whatever path that you found best. And I thought, in the fitness industry, for as long as I've been in and dealing with a lot of athletes and training many, I thought I knew everything about sports therapy and healing and recovering and, growing muscle or, what have you. But, I didn't know about this. And a lot of people have never heard of this, although they've been around for a while. And so I just want everyone to know that whatever your situation, your issue, please reach out to any one of us. We're here to help, and we'll design, Dr. Stanley can break down the science for you, because I know everyone's issue is different, and let's help you get on a program to a pain-free lifestyle and find a price that works for you. And it's already past 6:30, so we're going to let everyone go. Thank you, Alicia.
Erin, can you hear me?
Thank you so much. And, God bless. I'm so glad. You're shiny. You don't even, and you're glowing, you know, and you look healthy. Like, I would never guess that you've gone through this path. So God bless, right? And Dr. Stan and Jodie, as always, I love you guys, and thanks for joining me here. And we'll be back next week. We'll keep coming back and bring you more stories, and keep joining us here. And please reach out. Have a great day, everyone, and enjoy the Super Bowl Sunday. I don't know who you're rooting for, but
The winner.
go 49ers! Yeah!
49ers too.
Yeah!
But I will tell you, the other team uses the patches. One of the things you need to realize is healthy people patch and sick people patch. We have Olympic athletes. We had Navy SEALs. We have
Football, basketball, tennis, swimming, Olympic swimming team. We could just go on and on.
records are being broken because of this non-trans dirt. There's no drugs or stimulants in the body, so there's no toxicity that would mess up a drug screen.
Yeah,
No,
my baby.
yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna.
All right, guys. Love you so much.
Love
We'll
you.
see you next
Oh,
time.
thank you so much. Bye, everyone. Thank you all
Bye-bye.
for joining us here. I hope you learned something, and please do reach out. Take care, everyone, and keep flexing. Bye, y'all. Excited to hear her story.